right, everybody, welcome to Realnesss with 3 S's. I'm your host here, Chantele Francis. Up top with me for the celebration is Michelle. How are you doing, Michelle?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm super happy, super excited to be here for the celebrations. And Fanta, down below. How you doing, girl?
I'm so good. Ready to party.
Yes, party. And then obviously we got JoJo over here. He's joining in on our challenge podcast today. How you doing, JoJo?
I'm doing great.
That's so awesome. So we, here at Realnesss, I started it a little bit of, over a year ago, and I wasn't doing it very consistently. But as soon as the pandemic happened, I wanted to focus more on it and growing it and doing this with you guys. Podcasting about our favorite shows, being The Challenge, Big Brother, sometimes Drag Race and whatnot. So I thought that when we get to 1,000 subscribers, we should have a little draw just to say thank you so much. Why are you laughing, Michelle?
Just the comments. Sorry.
I haven't read the comments yet. What's Sophie? Sophie, what's going on here? JoJo is the best. You will learn to love JoJo because JoJo is always
Okay, Sophie. So Sophie's name is being taken out of this draw. I was standing, and now I am no longer.
He is part of Realnesss with 3 S's. So you might not have seen him on the challenge stuff, but he's been with me through all my Big Brother stuff, as well as my RuPaul's Drag Race stuff. So JoJo is definitely part of the family that you just haven't met yet, Sophie. So for the 1,000 subscribers, I thought that it would be great to give back to you guys that have been paying attention and kind of helping us grow here and being so consistent and loyal by offering up $100 US, if you're in the States, gift card to Amazon. So I'm going to do that draw today. So if there's anybody here in the comments I don't have on the list, I think I have all of you. Should we just go for it right now?
Let's do it.
All right. Let's do this. Oh, Fanta's let me in. I'm like, reading that.
You get to see the wheel?
We're going to see the wheel. Are you guys ready? So, Jorge,
Ready.
I put you on because you've definitely been super loyal, as well as you, Sophie. You've been super loyal as well. So, let's look at this wheel. For JoJo. So the people that I have on this list is Feminine Oddities, Dolores, as we know, everybody knows Dolores, yes. Rick E, Norma, Kellen, Erica, Omar. He had found a way to do 3 submissions, so he's in 3 times. Yeah. Joan, which is Knock Knock, Brian, Hannah, Liz, Amanda, Blaine, Sophie, Nighty, Natalie, Jorge, Speaking the Truth, Disney Crazy, and Sam Lace are the people in this draw. Are we ready to do it? This is so nerve-wracking. Actually, I want to change the music for when we get this going. Hold on.
This is really well curated.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Guys, it's happening!
Woo!
Oh my God.
Natalie!
All right, Natalie, you've done it. You've been loyal. You're here with us on the challenge. I've definitely seen you in Big Brother as well, so I know that you are definitely a worthy winner here. So thank you so much for supporting Realnesss, and I will I'll message with you to send you your gift card. So super excited to have a winner, especially one that we know.
Yay!
Woo! Okay. So also, because I love you guys so much, I want to also give each of you $100, either if you want a gift card or if you want some cold hard cash, I'm going to cry just to say that I'm so thankful that you guys are giving up your time to me. Sorry, I'm going to cry. So, would you like a gift card to like, you can do Best Buy, you can do Amazon if you want to do, I don't know, Walmart, I don't care. So if there's a place that you want to maybe have a gift card, because I know that like it's easier to force yourself to spend it on yourself when you have a gift card. If you have money, it goes to like rent and food. But if you wanted to maybe go to somewhere specific so that it forces you to do something nice for yourself, I'm totally willing to do that. If you want me to give you a gift certificate to get your nails done somewhere or a massage, just let me know where you want this. But I want each of you to have $100 towards something that makes you feel good.
Oh,
I'm gonna cry. So, do you guys have any thoughts of what you want, or do you want to think about it?
I'm gonna think about it. Right now, I'm like McDonald's. You know, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I could do Uber Eats.
You know what? Don't tempt me with that. I already ordered too much food. Let me think about it.
Okay. Well, that's what I wanted to give to you. I think that Phil is gonna pop in. Is he here? Hold on, Phil might be here. I don't know. Can't. Oh yeah, maybe. Who's this? Oh, Tanya, I don't know if you heard what I was offering, but because you've been part of Reality Realness with 3 S's for coming with us. Actually, I bet Phil's here too. Phil's here as well, I think. Or
Party.
Not.
Hold on, we can put more music back on a little bit. While Phil fixes his connection.
Wow.
And they stay here. Okay, well, he's not there anymore. So, yes, so everybody that has been podcasting with me for the last year, I wanted to do something for them as well. And that being, I would like to offer you $100 or $100 gift certificate or gift card to somewhere of your choice so you can take care of yourself and do something nice for yourself from me to say,
that's so nice.
I love you. So,
thanks.
You can think about it where you want it, or if you have an idea that you can let me know now, but obviously we can be in touch and I will send you whatever you decide that you want.
That's so cool. Thank you.
Of course. So what we're going to do today, Tanya, is JoJo. Have you met JoJo before? You might have at Backyard Big Brother. No? Okay.
I don't think so.
Season than the one that you came and hung out.
He was in Wolf season.
Yes, they're really different to Wolf.
So
yes.
you've seen him,
Everyone's connected.
Yeah, of course. Well, this is the reality TV community. So JoJo isn't a fan of the challenge. So I want to make him a fan of the challenge because I think that he would love it. So can we maybe figure out a way to get him to start watching? What season do we think that would be the best for him to start with?
I feel like, okay, hold on. Bear with me on this because I feel like we couldn't get JoJo on. Well, JoJo, did you watch like old Real World?
Yes.
Oh.
What was the oldest season of Real World that you watched?
Like New York.
Like the first New York?
First one?
I watched like the beginning, but I never got into Road Rules. I never did anything past that. But
did you see like Real World Las Vegas or like Sydney, Australia, or like Siesta?
I'd have to like see the people to know if I'd recognize them.
I'm sure there'd be people that you wouldn't think that you actually did watch would probably be on it.
Sophie thinks that you should watch the first challenge. I don't know. The first one might be too. It has like Puck on it. Is that the one where there's the wedding on it?
That's Battle of the Sexes, right?
Oh, maybe that's 2.
There's a wedding?
I think
there's so much good stuff.
That early section is a little tough. Like, I feel like if you want to start, it's the same with Big Brother, right? Like Tanya got me on Big Brother. And she didn't say, oh, watch the first season, right? Like, it's like, okay, you're going to start with season 6. You're going to watch these ones. You can go back after, right? So for the challenge, there's like sort of different eras. My like favorite era to start is that whole chunk where we get a lot of the people that you're still seeing some of them now. So like the intro of Wes, Darrel, Bananas, like all these epic people. Hey,
I felt so what you missed that we're doing right now is so I wanted to give everybody that's been podcasting with me for the last year a $100 gift certificate of their choice. So if it's somewhere specific that you want it, you can let me know, or if you want just some cold hard cash, I can email transfer that to you because you're in Canada. But that was part of my 1,000 subscriber, even though it's 5,000 subscribers now, giving back to you guys that have been with me this whole time. So we did our draw. We did give it to Natalie. You didn't win that one, but everybody here, I'm giving the $100 gift card to. And Natalie, you might see Natalie. She's been in some of our other podcasts. And so, yeah, she was the one that won the viewer one. And then I want to give $100 to each of you guys that have been helping me make my dreams come true, you know?
Oh, my God.
You know?
Well done, Chantele. 5,000.
Well, it's because I got a viral Elon Musk video. I'm legitimately at like 1,000, but like I got 4 or 5 million views on this one Elon Musk video that I posted, and so I got a lot of subscribers through that. But
yeah, but they still chose to subscribe after watching that viral Elon Musk video. I watch viral videos and just go on my way. Like for them to choose then to be like, I want more updates from this person. You know what I'm saying?
That's very true. Thank you. So I just don't know if they're specifically reality TV junkies, but maybe more so like fad news. So I am going to consider trying to make a little channel of like fad news things to try to keep up to date with like what's current in popular culture. So it might be making me lean towards having a little segment about that I do daily. But I was very surprised to have like millions and millions of views on this like one little video that I posted a couple weeks ago.
Perfect timing. Yeah. Just whatever it was in the cosmic universe.
Yes. So Phil is also somebody that does not watch the challenge. So you and JoJo both are not challenge fans. And so we thought that we just use the beginning of this to kind of shift JoJo and yourself and maybe see if we can get you guys on the train and maybe start watching a season. And then once we're done with that, we're going to go and talk about the finale the reunion.
I did try.
Okay, which season did you try with?
It was a couple seasons ago. I think it was
mistake.
No.
You cannot.
All they were talking about was past stuff, and I was like, I have no idea what happened, so I don't care.
I figured out what the perfect season for you guys to start is. It's Fresh Meat 1.
Yes, exactly. That's what I told JoJo.
Because that's you like it's not like old enough that you'll just be like, oh, like this is really old, but it's like it'll give you enough to like be able to like understand who all of the people are. And then if and when you finish it and you're like, okay, like I love it because how could you not? Then you can go back to like the very, very beginning and like watch it.
Or even jump to like the Gauntlets and the Infernos. Like there's 3 of each of those seasons because each season has a different title. So the Gauntlets and the Infernos are like good old ones too. But what makes Fresh Meat, I agree, really good is that half the people are people you've seen throughout the years, and then half the people are fully new fresh meat. So like you get to meet them as we met them for the first time. And there's people who are iconic fresh meat people that you'll see season after season after season. Also like you can jump around too. Like after Fresh Meat, I'd probably watch like the duels, both duels.
The first duel is right after Fresh Meat. So isn't it? Isn't it Fresh Meat? Then the duel, that's 12, that's 13. 14 is what? Is that an Inferno probably?
Inferno 3.
3? It's already at 3? No. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I guess Infernos are actually old. Yeah. And then what it goes, then it touches the stuff. Of course.
Can I ask a silly question? So did the challenge stem off of Road Rules? Because I used to watch Road Rules way back.
Okay, so who did you know from Road Rules? If you remember.
I don't remember their names, but I remember I liked Road Rules. So
okay, so basically, how it all started. So we had Real World, and then we had Road Rules, and eventually, those two shows came together to do Real World versus Road Rules, the challenge. And so they were playing against each other. And then it started to morph into just the challenge. But for a while, up until probably Fresh Meat, it was kind of still Real World versus Road Rules. And like in all their bios, you'd see like, original, they're vets, but they're from Real Worlds, and they're vets, they're from Road Rules, and rookies from Real World, rookies from Road Rules. So you would recognize a lot of people probably if you go back, because a lot of people are still there. Like Derrick's still there, Darrel's still there.
And even, especially with this last All-Star season, Mark Long, who is considered the godfather, he was on the first Road Rule season ever, which I had never seen until I watched it with Chantele, and it's iconic. What a show. Theo Vaughn also was on Road Rules, I believe, another season of it. There's been a lot.
It's so funny now because Theo Vaughn, like, if you ever like went up to him or something, because now he's a stand-up comic, if you ever went up to him, like the challenge or whatever, he'd be like, he doesn't want to talk about it.
No, he's like, hi, Jonathan.
Hi, Jonathan.
I'm crashing the party, but I'm not supposed to have to go.
That's okay. Well, I'll just like let you in on what's going down. So we did our draw. And we gave $100 gift card to Amazon to Natalie Duran, who is, you probably have seen her in the Big Brother chat. And then obviously, because I love you guys so much, I also want to give each of you a $100 gift card to a place of your choice. And if you'd prefer cash, I can also email transfer you. But I do want to make sure that everybody uses it for something that makes them feel good. So if you want to choose somewhere I can give you a gift card to, or some pay your tab or something like that, let me know, because it's my gift and love.
I'm gonna use it to get a cameo of like a Wes cameo.
Did you know, Michelle? Did you know that was what I was going to get you, Michelle? I was going to get you a Wes cameo, and then I was like, man, but what if she would rather, like, I gave her a cameo and then everybody else give money to? I was like, man, like, she might be pissed. I'm like, or like, maybe she would have wanted something else. So I actually, and then I was asking Fanta, I was like, Fanta, who do you want a cameo from? I was like, do you think she'd want one from Rachel? Because I was just going to give you guys cameos from
That's
Rachel
hilarious.
And Wes, and then I decided against it.
Matter. Can I tell you a funny story? I had left my phone open like the other day, and my friend had come over and like just opened up. I had like Instagram on my desktop, and then he was like, "Who's this?" Like, you've scrolled down pretty far into Rachel. Who's Rachel's profile? And I was like,
she is looking good.
Okay, so she was the only person that I thought that Fanta might like that was on Cameo. But I did look. I definitely was like, Wes, 100%, I can do that. And then I was like, oh, Rachel's is not that expensive, though. And I'm like, anyways, it was like the values, and I think Wes was like 75. Anyways, so it was part of my thought process. And I was trying to think for every single person a cameo, but then I was like, maybe people would want like a gift card instead. So it was on my mind. Like, for sure, Michelle, you getting one from Wes. But also, Jonathan, we're using this as an opportunity to convince Phil and JoJo to start watching the challenge.
Guys, have you not watched the challenge? No. JoJo, we gave
I had to watch Amazing Race Australia
seasons to start with.
I know.
And anyway, okay, I have to go because I ordered chicken nuggets. BTS. I mean, it happened.
Yeah.
And after 53 days on my Peloton, I deserve these chicken nuggets. So they're down for it right now. My Uber's here. I'm going. I'm going to watch the challenge.
Cool.
Then let's add each other on Peloton.
Yes, every day I do it. Every single day. I've lost 10 pounds. I'm going to gain them back right now.
Amazing.
I'll get your details
And Peloton, if you want to sponsor us, we're in. I would be willing to get on that bike.
I do it every day. Every day. Okay, bye.
Bye, Jonathan.
Okay, so where were we at? So you've seen some road rules. I really think Fresh Meat 2 is a really good start, agreeing with Michelle. What are you saying, Tanya?
Okay, so I have a pitch. It's like two parts. First part is, I think for the challenge, what makes it such an amazing show is that it's like an all-star season of any other franchise every season. So you build relationships with characters over the course of literal decades at this point. And there's no other show that captures like that feeling of seeing your faves every time. Like there's always somebody that you love. There's always somebody new getting thrown in the mix that makes it really exciting. There's no other reality competition show where you see people that you have that long-standing relationship with. So for that reason alone, you could pick up any season and just start watching and enjoy. But alongside what Fanta was saying, I was thinking Fresh Meat, but I was thinking Fresh Meat too, just because it feels like the entry point into more of the era that we've moved into, yet still has a lot of those old faces, so that once you get that primer, you can kind of go back and watch like classic seasons of the past. Kind of like Survivor, you can jump in anywhere, but I think that's a good place because you get
and then
a
you
lot
get
of people.
Clara and Laurel and like
it's really good. And that's where I was thinking before. And then I think, Michelle, you convinced me that Fresh Meat 1 might be a better entry point. But because I really think that the duel is super important to understand CT. You know what I mean? Like, I think that we need...
Yeah, that's...
I think that you need to... Did you watch Real World Paris? Oh, no, you didn't watch Real World. Sorry. Real World
I know who CT is, though.
I know,
and
but
Ashley?
like...
An icon.
For emotional, like continuity and like the emotional side of the show, you need to watch the duel 1. Otherwise, you will always like hate CT and you will never love him as much as you will unless you watch the duel 1. Like you just need to see that transformation. That season is like it's better than any dating show you could ever watch.
Swear to God, when I watched it, I was probably like, I don't know, 25 years old. And like, I saw it and I was like, crying, like bawling, goosebumps, like, what? This is amazing. And it was one of those moments in reality television where I was like, you can't, like, this is why I like reality TV, is that these moments that are so epic that came out of just putting these random people in these situations. And really, I think that the duel 1 was what solidified me being obsessed with the show, is because they made me feel so much in that season. Like I felt so much and it was so epic that it made me a long time fan. Like I watched every season before that, but that moment, because seeing him in like Real World Paris and like he was just so troubled, and then like seeing how I think you need to see the beginning of that arc, and then you appreciate everybody coming into the mix, I think, a bit more, personally.
And the episodes are pretty short.
In the beginning. They're like 20 minutes.
Yeah? Okay.
22 minutes.
In the beginning, they were 22 minutes, and now they're 90.
And you can, like, me and Tanya used to, in school, we would just, like, be like, today, let's watch Battle of the Seasons. And we would just, like, binge the whole thing in a day because they're short.
Yeah, they're quick.
It's quick.
Okay, I'm going to start, like, finding a place online that I can watch
I gave you the whole...
I don't do, like, VPN stuff, though. I have to find, like...
I gave you a Google Doc. Like...
You did?
Yeah.
That was for International Survivor, wasn't it?
Oh, maybe. Okay.
I'll check.
I have 2.
She's got docs, apparently. She's got many docs.
Well, okay, hold on. Sophie says she stopped watching The Real World after the first Vegas season. Oh my God, the first Vegas season was so good, though.
Wait,
Sophie.
Both Vegas seasons are like
a dork.
Real World, the second Real World where we get Nani and Leroy, like epic as well. I mean, both of the Las Vegas were just great.
So good.
So yeah, I definitely think you should start there, JoJo, and like. Just it's content that you will be so surprised that you haven't seen yet. You'll be like, oh my God, there's so much. It's so good. And like you just get to binge seasons. I've already rewatched all of those seasons in the last like month. Like I went back and I watched them all. So
I'm actually excited. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right now.
Like,
you're like,
imagine
doing it for like 10 minutes.
But imagine having like an epic show that you haven't. Imagine like never seeing like. I don't even know what it could be, any Big Brother ever. And then you just get to start watching it from season 6 on. Like, that's just, would be so fun. But then if someone said like, oh, you should watch last season, you'd be like, I don't really like this show. But starting at season 6, like that's always my entry point.
You don't need to watch season 36. Like, You don't need to watch that. Personally, you don't need to watch that.
She's not wrong.
It's only good because we are fans of the show, really. And I watch all the other reality shows that they're kind of injecting new castmates in. But the old stuff is so good.
And also All Stars, like this season was so just everything that like if you do go back to Duel 1 and you start watching, you could even watch this season of All Stars and be like, holy fuck, they're 20 years older. This is crazy. And just like have this whole crazy.
And you guys, okay, I'm a big loser, but we'll see if Mark actually responds. But okay, I did send, so Mark Long is the godfather that we're talking about. He was on the first Road Rules ever in 1995. Michelle and I just did a rewatch. So, okay, I wrote to him, happy belated birthday. I have to thank you so much for giving us All Stars. I have been watching the challenge from the beginning, starting all the way back with the Real World and Road Rules days. We even did a recap of Road Rules 1 last summer on my YouTube channel, Realnesss. We, of course, have been covering All Stars, and I have had a thought for the future seasons. What if there was a fresh meat season, but for us older super fans? I've grown up with you guys, born in 79, finally aged meat, LOL, that can be workshopped. I would love to be a 40-something and compete alongside you guys. I know on the main season they want to incept it / ruin it with influencers and clout chasers, but I really think that there's a lot of older fans who would love to compete with you guys like fresh meat. No matter what, I can't wait for season 2 or episode 2 or season 2. It better happen, kisses and party size.
Wow.
Aged meat.
Hey, you know the rules, guys. If you use that term, you get charged. You put money.
Well, I said it can be workshops, so come up with something better.
I like it.
But, I mean, who knows if you'll actually read it? But I did send it into the world. Oh, Sophie, don't side with Fanta here.
I like that you workshop the joke in the pitch. That's so bold.
Yeah.
Like that alone would make me consider your offers to be like, she's trying something here.
Right? I mean, I would think it's hysterical. You know, you never know. Wait, this is worse. What?
Who the hell is gonna watch a show called Old Meat?
Aged meat though it actually is very expensive.
I think it should be something about like a fine wine or something, but then it needs to like be something about it being like newbies still. So I don't know. But definitely no. I don't think.
Well, I'm just fighting off of fresh meat. Okay, guys. Okay. Wait, old fresh meat? No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Okay, so Phil, are you going to be in on the train with JoJo, and that we are going to come back to you and be like, hey, what did you guys think of?
I'll do my best. I will do my best. I've got Survivor Australia coming up. I've got All-Star 6 Drag Race.
Okay, listen.
I've got stuff.
Phil, Chantele watches approximately 47,000 episodes of reality TV per week. You know, so I feel you. It's hard to keep up. But if she can do it, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm older than her.
By 1 year. By 1 year. But you know what? I don't have like an actual job right now. So this is my job. So fine. But I mean, I would love to do the rewatch and then just have like come back together and just see what you guys thought of the season. So it really could take you like 5 hours to maximum to go through at least Fresh Meat 1. It's quite a short season. It's pretty epic. It's pretty old. You know, they have those culotte like jeans that they're wearing, kind of baggy, like straight leg jeans. Which is hysterical. The style, the music is really, really 2000s. Like it's great.
Okay. What year is it? You know?
Probably 2005.
Are you talking about Fresh Meat 2?
Oh, maybe 2 is probably 5. What one?
I was in high school. I feel like it was like 2005-ish or maybe 6.
Let's find out.
That's so cute.
Fresh Meat.
Okay, so Fresh
I was
Meat
in high school in
Check.
2005.
Fresh Meat 2 was 2010.
So Fresh Meat 1 was 2006.
Oh, the first one. Okay.
Never
Wow.
mind. Fresh Meat
Yes,
1.
yes. Yes, it aired May 22nd, 2006. So yeah. So that is my offer up to you guys. You can stick around if you want. Phil, JoJo, and Tanya. Well, Tanya, actually, you should stay with us and
Well,
talk
Tanya
about
has to stay. She knows.
Yeah.
I just watched it. I just watched the reunion. It's fresh in my mind.
Perfect. You guys
But
can
I'm
hang
gonna
out
get
if you
another
want.
glass of wine.
Go for it. This is a party.
Yeah.
What do you got going on? I guess you can't. Can you say it? I guess I don't know if you can.
Me?
Yeah. What is it?
Oh, I've got a gluten-free beer.
Ooh.
I'm gluten-free now, so everyone talk about it.
Super freshly wine with super fans of the challenge.
We appreciate the offers.
Wait, what? What do you mean? How is that possible? Sophie, we're all Canadian here. Sophie.
Pissed me off.
Ouch.
Not good.
So if you guys don't want to hear what happens with the All-Stars, Phil, we can say sayonara, but you can hang out if you want and you can do whatever you like.
I'm leaving. I'm gonna go watch.
We'll go.
I'm gonna go find it.
Congratulations, Chantele. That's
Thank
fantastic
you.
news.
Thank you.
That's
And think
awesome.
about where you'd like your gift card or if you would like email transfer.
All right, and we'll figure out what our next big part. Are we going to do like Survivor Australia or Drag Race All Stars or something?
Maybe Drag Race All-Star. Yeah. We'll probably do that with JoJo. Yes, and Jonathan maybe. But anyways, I have to think about the days of the week because Love Island's going to be starting and Big Brother, which is going to be insane.
5-day commitment.
How did she do it?
Oh my.
How did she do it, Colton?
Okay, and I'm doing with Sarah from Nerdtainment. I'm doing Survivor South Africa tomorrow night. So
It was so
did you watch
good.
it? Yeah, it is
Yeah.
good. It was very good. So yes,
Well, I
we
haven't
will
watched it
do probably All Stars would make most sense, Rooney.
All right.
Into it.
I'll try and get you to do Survivor Australia because Survivor Australia is amazing. So.
But that's on like every day of the week, and like there's like 70 episodes. That's what I can't take is that commitment. We'll see.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Love you.
Everyone.
Love you.
Bye, everyone. Thanks, Chantal. Bye.
Bye, JoJo.
Bye, Phil. Nice to meet you, Fanta and Tanya.
Bye, Jojo.
Nice to
meet
Bye, Michelle. Bye, Chantal.
Bye.
Okay, guys, time to get into the dirt.
The real tea. Well, okay, Tanya, you haven't talked to us at all about All Stars. So we know you're a super fan, but like, what did you think overall of the season and, a little bit of the finale? And then we'll probably get into it again.
I loved it. It was great. I have very few complaints about it, to be honest. Even initially, I thought maybe the cast wasn't going to be that exciting for me, but that all washed away immediately, to be honest. And I was really satisfied with the finale as well. In particular, I felt like it was just as hard of a final as a lot of the ones on the main show. So I thought it was awesome.
Me too. And you know what? Okay, I'm saying this, I'm shocked, but I didn't think that Maria Menounos and Nate Burleson did a bad job. I thought they were actually pretty.
I thought they were great. Yeah.
Because like I was already really upset that like just like have Devin do it, like, or somebody that's really in it, like the Miz or whatever, even Mark, like somebody that's like knows what's going on. But I definitely was pleasantly surprised that it seemed like they did their homework, their research, they've watched at least important episodes to be able to speak confidently and lead that discussion. So I was very happy. Sorry, I cut you off, Michelle.
Yeah, no, and also I thought that, what's his name again? Sorry?
Nate.
I just was really impressed. I mean, they were both great, but how he like really just like let them know how what they do is important, made them feel respected. And it was just like, it kind of echoed the entire All-Star season, because the entire All-Star season, while there was drama, while there was fights, hookups, all the same shit, everyone was still like very supportive of each other as a whole. When you compare it to the main season, obviously it's the complete opposite. You look at the Double Agents 2-part reunion bullshit where it was just like, let's call out Fessy and let him not acknowledge that has done anything wrong. Like, we're over that. Whereas in the All-Star season, it was like they're all laughing together and he's like, yo, you guys did it all. And like, I don't know. It was just really good vibes. Although I thought it was way too short, in my opinion.
I completely agree. And it's interesting that you're saying all of that because everything, like every box was ticked for the season, even the reunion. The main season of the challenge reunion, I was like, someone needs to pay me to watch this. This is
me,
which Chantele did, as we know. But even like watching this reunion, I watched it yesterday, and I was like, even this is like more entertaining. Like each person is like, they don't seem annoyed to be there, and they're all taking their space, and they're like, it's just like every personality is just so vibrant and so interesting that it's like, yeah, you can keep this show going forever because now by doing All-Stars, they've kicked up this new drama and there's new relationships now. And like old relationships have like broken down and like new romantic relationships. Like it's just like this ever growing machine now.
And it's with people that I care about. And I think that that's kind of what I feel like the problem might be a little bit with the new season. Like, yes, I understand that they're trying to outsource with like, you know, different shows and people that have like a lot of social media presence because they want to bring their supporters and get their eyeballs on the show. I get that. It's a marketing strategy. Like they want people to watch. But the difference is that like, I'm so invested in everything that goes on with the people from the All-Stars. I don't really care about so-and-so that has 1 million followers. Like if I'm not a fan of hers, I don't care that she's going on this show. You know what I mean? And so I wish that they just like recognize that we really just want to love watching the show and we're not trying to like, you know, make it any worse, you know? But exactly. I love the All-Stars.
Should we talk about the people that weren't there? Because I thought it was interesting. Obviously, there's always people that aren't there. But I was like, okay.
Hold on. I'm just going to say this to Natalie. Natalie, did you hear that you won? Natalie, you won the $100 gift card to Amazon, Natalie.
And she comes in with some hot goss, which I hope is true.
You do always have the tea, Natalie. There's a rumor that Fessy got sent home after a physical altercation with Josh. Tea is right. That is the tea. Natalie.
Oh, I hope
Don't
this
give
happens.
me hope.
I mean, like, my heart just did like a little like flutter right now because like I would love for him to go home for an altercation. Like,
sounds like fan fiction. I love it.
It's too good. It's too good. So Jorge says, "Gotta say, this reunion was surprisingly good, and I'm not really fond of them. I thought both hosted well, though I felt that Nate was more genuine than Maria. She felt slightly robotic at times. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she's not necessarily that comfortable with that show, but comparatively to what I was expecting, because even before it started, I wrote down, I'm like, I wish these people were fans or at least had watched the season. Like I'd already just assumed that they didn't watch anything and they weren't going to be really invested in either the gossip and like what was really going down. So I was pleasantly surprised from my expectations to what was, presented in the end. Even though, yeah, Nate was definitely more genuine, 100% agree, but she was way better than I thought that she was going to be. And I really loved her acid wash denim, like jean dress. Like I was living for it. It was all that. I was surprised that some people weren't there. Yes, especially since they were involved in drama. I was glad that this was just one episode instead of it being divided into two. Overall, it was good. Yes, I was like, oh my God, is it going to be 2 episodes? I really hope not. And it doesn't seem like it, which is great. So why do you think that they didn't have some people coming in on Zoom at least?
Well, I know that Anissa was filming 37. That's why she wasn't there. I assume that there's certain people they just didn't need to see, that like Teck or like certain people that went home a little too early. I wish they had done a little Zoom of like Latterian, Ruthie, whoever.
Even Katie.
Yeah.
And Trishelle, give it.
But Trishelle was like there for a blink. Like,
but I mean, they did talk about their altercation, so it would have been nice just to see them maybe both defend themselves a little bit, say whether or not they've made up at all, if they can see each person's other side. So I would have
got Derrick, who did nothing all season, and he's there because he's the sidekick and he's always there. But like, what did he do? Like, and I love Derrick. Don't get me wrong, but we all agree that he was disappointing this season.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a womp comparatively.
Natalie with
honestly,
some more tea on 37. There are 9 rumored hookups. Yes. I mean, there are all these hot models, so I mean, I can imagine, and everybody's single.
I've already heard rumors of Fessy hooking up with 2 different people, Amanda being one of them.
I mean, that's just such a train wreck that I'm kind of into it.
Like, it's such a train wreck. And I've heard a couple other things. I can't think of it, but a lot of it was like someone that I know hooking up with someone that I don't know who they are, you know? Like, Amber B hooks up with Kells, apparently, is a rumor.
I heard that Kells is someone else as well. Tori, I think it was.
Oh, maybe it was Tori. Maybe
I think it was Tori.
I think it was Tori. Sorry. Oh, my mistake.
Oh, all good. But like, I mean, Kells is hot, but and Tori tends to like to jump on to who she thinks might be the hot new athletic guy, because I feel like she really wants to be that athletic duo. And so if maybe Kells is going to be it for her, you know, and he's very, very attractive.
I don't think anyone will be it for Tori. That's just my opinion.
So who else wasn't there? So
Kendall wasn't there. Alton wasn't there.
Alton.
Where was Alton?
Why wasn't he on the Zoom?
Like, that was a big miss. He should have been there over some other people that were there. We had a lot of questions for him.
Natalie, what? Ashley and Nelson? They've known each other since Invasions.
They literally had a fight last season.
I love that.
Oh wait, Ashley. Sorry, I'm thinking Amanda. But Ashley and Nelson. Sorry, that's so bizarre to me. I was thinking of
Nelson always gets people, and I don't know how he fucking does it, because he's just, anyways, not the smartest.
Not the smartest at all. Okay, so they did talk. I wish they talked a little bit more about it, but the question was who was first to commit. And Jisela kind of said that she was the person that was invited to the season, which I was quite surprised, because, I mean, I remember her a little bit because I rewatched that season recently, but I don't really remember Jisela that much. And so for the fact that she was first to be asked, I thought that was surprising. Did it surprise any of you guys?
Well, yeah, I mean, her like Mark's initial Twitter thing mentioned, like, what if there was a season with like me, Landon, Rachel, Darrel? Like, he didn't even mention her, but it's possible that maybe they were maybe she just happened to be the first one he officially like invited for whatever reason, whether she responded to him first, whether they were talking, like, who knows with the situation. So, yeah, you know, what was going down.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, I don't know if you were the number 1 draft pick here, to be fair. And okay, I hope that I don't get any heat for this, but as much as I was loving Jisela before the Anissa drama, I'm not living for her as much after. For whatever reason, she's driving me crazy. Like, I do like, she has some good quips and good lines, absolutely, but I'm not feeling her as much anymore. Fanta, you're agreeing with me.
I agree with you. Like, I find that this reunion is so interesting because, like, she was really just like in the driver's seat of the whole thing, and like she was being like really like catty and malicious about Kendall. And then like was really just kind of like shutting down Kellyanne when she would try to defend Kendall. And yeah, she just like didn't really like let other people like talk very much. And I just think like the whole thing with Anissa is just like nuts. Like, I mean, I agree. I don't think that anyone else can be like an authority and say like, you should mend your friendship, because that's not how that works. But I just, yeah, Jisela was like, that whole reunion.
I mean, wouldn't your head be like that if you were getting the Alton D? Like, come on.
Yes. Sorry, Tanya, you were going to say something?
On a personal level, I agree. If I was sitting in a chair there, I would be extremely annoyed by her. But on a level of like, I was eating crackers and watching the show. I was very entertained by it because I feel like she facilitated everyone just having this awareness of what they were doing there. Like there was one point where she was just kind of like, you're going to defend this person, I'm going to defend this person, that's what's going to happen here, so like let's just call it what it is. And I feel like everybody was just doing that, maybe because Darrel is like naturally that way and like these people have nothing to prove, so her energy from a production standpoint lends itself extremely well to a lot of the things that happened on the show. But I do not agree with her approach or like a lot of the things that she said. But I appreciate her as a character, I guess. I don't know.
For sure. Yes. I mean,
I feel the same.
Go ahead.
No, I agree with that. And that's the thing from a production standpoint, because to be honest, if Jisela wasn't there, like what kind of reunion would we have had? But yeah, also at the same time, it was annoying.
Yes.
Well, we might have gone a little bit deeper into some other things. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like she definitely did take a lot of the control of like how people were going to be speaking to. And I forget who it was that brought it up about like, isn't it? I think it was actually Maria Menounos. It was like, isn't it a double standard that like you're saying that, you know, that Anissa can't change her mind and that somebody new has to go in that's never been down there before. And then you did that to Kendall. And she's like, yeah, absolutely. It was a double standard. So then I was like, so that also really bothered me because she's like holding her friendship on Anissa and like her being such a horrible person. And I get it. Okay. If you shook someone's hand and then you went back on it, that could be problematic. But I think that in a game, if you be like, listen, in that moment when I shook your hand, I believe that to be what I was going to do. And in the moment I changed my mind, you weren't there, you didn't see what happened. Like, I think that should be a forgivable action. And so the fact that she's just going so hard on it being so disloyal when it actually didn't hurt her in the game at all. I mean, she could be pissed because yes did win, but like...
But it didn't hurt her game. I agree with you. And also like I don't know, the way when Kellyanne was obviously defending Kendall because they have a good friendship now. And Kellyanne's just like good vibes around everyone. She doesn't like to talk shit. So it's like she's saying her thing. She's getting a little like heated. And then Jisela's just like, put down your wall, like put down your brick wall or whatever she said to her. And it's like, she's the only person in this whole thing that's going to defend Kendall. So she's got to be a little bit louder than the 20 other people who are not defending Kendall. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
talking shit about her, which is interesting because like, then there's also been drama about that. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but people have been like retweeting at her and they were like, why didn't you go to the reunion? And then she was like, I wasn't invited, like shrug. But then somebody else was like, no, she was invited. She just said that her patients are more important. And she would rather like take care of her patients than go to the reunion. So there was like that weird thing. And then who was it that like, there was somebody, I had this tweet open for us, but okay. So this turned into like a bigger fight. Because everybody started talking and stuff, and somebody was, I can't remember who it was, somebody started talking shit about, like people have been talking shit about Kendall, somebody defended her, and then Tori,
I saw the Tori thing,
not like Brad and Tori, responds to that and is like, watched 10 minutes of the Challenge All-Stars reunion and had to turn it off. I've been quiet all season, but I will say this, if I was there, it would have not gone down like that. Kendall Shepard is one of the most amazing humans in real life where it matters. You attack somebody's gameplay, fine. That's what we sign up for. You attack somebody's character for jumping off a platform wrong. Then we can bring up all of your character flaws, like blah, blah, blah. So then Brad responds to this.
Oh my God, Brad responded. Stop. I'm so invested. Okay.
And he's like, cancel, Cohen. Amazing humans, blah, blah, blah. You refuse court-ordered visitation and distance sons from their father. You make dishonest statements without shame. Too much. Kendall had a decent season after years of attacking people online. Who cares? I never missed a payment. Sit down.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That's like
messy.
So messy.
so messy.
That is
why are some people why are people so galvanized by Kendall? Like, what does that say about the entire situation that some people are like caping for her so hard and some people hate her so much? Like, what is the truth?
I think what it is that I think that she might be kind of fake. I think that that's what it might be, or she's not completely truthful with how she is in your face. So, you know, we did hear Jisela was talking about Jemmye was saying that Kendall was really campaigning hard. She's a fan of the show, and like she really wanted people to rally behind her to get on the show. And then when she got on the show, she was like seemingly not performing to the best of her ability, you know? And so I think that there's like some sort of dishonesty in her wanting to be on the TV again or whatever. There's something that's not in alignment with what she's putting out there, with what they're saying is showing up. And I think that the people that that are bullshit busters, you know what I mean? Like, I think Jemmye's calling bullshit on, you know, whatever she's claiming to do. And same with Jisela. Like, as much as like I don't appreciate Jisela, how she was attacking Kendall at all, but I think that there's some bullshit that they're recognizing and they're just kind of frustrated by it.
Yeah, I also have a thought though too. Like I could believe that, but at the same time, I think about it in relation to someone like Cara Maria, who like at the beginning at least, whatever, like she's been hated by a lot of people in the house because she's very annoying and she freaks out about things and gets so scared about things, but then is so strong. So I think there's this dichotomy where it's like you have Kendall who's like, oh, like I don't know what to do with this power. I'm so confused. And like she's all flighty. That's just the way she is. But then when she gets in game mode, she gets in game mode. And when she chooses to actually compete, she usually does really well. So I think that people get annoyed by that because they're like, why the fuck are you pretending that you're so scared, but then you're way better than people at stuff? Like, stop. Like, I think that annoys people more, you know?
Well, and I think it's a dishonesty thing.
I totally agree because that makes a person very difficult to read because you're like, I don't know one way or another. And especially when you have stronger personalities, like you guys have mentioned, like Jisela and Jemmye, of course, that's going to butt heads. And I can't remember who said in the reunion as well that Kendall was also very difficult to room with. It was Jonna.
And Jonna, both of them.
Yeah, and they were both. They're both.
Well, Jonna was saying that she felt like, I guess, like she had to like, you know, tiptoe around both Arissa and Kendall, and I think that would be a very challenging room to live in for sure, especially with what we know what was going on with Arissa and people drinking and the food issues and her gluten allergy and not being respected in the house. Like, I think that would have been a very, very taxing room to be in. I felt actually pretty bad for Jonna in that situation. I don't think she even felt that she could stand up for herself. Like, she had to just take it, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I also thought it was interesting in the reunion that like people were kind of like starting to talk shit about Arissa. And like,
oh, sorry, Sophie. Okay. I'll say he from now on. Good to know.
Everyone was like kind of starting to talk shit about Arissa, and Darrel was the only one that was like, hey, yeah, she had like gluten stuff, and then like, or like gluten allergies, she had issues with food, and everyone just like ignored him. And they were like, she's a witch. I was like,
Well, and that's another thing that I thought was really interesting is because like, I at least know Tanya and Michelle do a little bit of dabbling in witchy things, and I definitely dabble in witchy things. You do as well, Fanta?
I have like this insane set of tarot cards.
Ooh, which ones?
It's like a Russian gypsy set that's absolutely amazing. It's like accurate.
Cool.
So anytime like witchy, I'm like,
yeah. Well, I'm super witchy. I have probably like 100 decks. Like, it's, you know, something that's part of my life for sure. So the things that they're talking about, I'm like, oh shit, tarot cards. So I'm like, oh my god, I have like 100.
Yeah, I always that weird. I was like, that's
like the way they were talking about it is like when you're at a slumber party with your friends when you're like not even a teenager. You're like at a summer party, you watch a scary movie, and then like you hear a knock on the window, and you're like, "Oh my god!" Ah! That was like their reaction to just Arissa existing as she is. So I feel like the editing didn't help her because every time it's like her summoning the water, like making her look completely unhinged when like she's really just like doing her thing and trying to stay grounded in that. And for me, her monologue exit is like for sure one of the best moments of the season.
I
Like,
would say, if not the best,
worth Paramount Plus alone is just that scene. That was just absolutely fabulous. Like, I want to use that for an audition. Like, so good.
Oh my god!
We were rooting for you.
Should we totally do like we rehearse it? Each of us like
it's amazing.
Transcribe and be like, "Fuck you!"
So good. It's so good. It has levels. It has layers.
Walking into an audition room and just being like, I will be doing a reading from Paramount's Challenge All Stars. I will be playing Arissa.
Ready box. Like,
And then you're like, snake ass shit. That's a snake ass shit.
It has a clear beginning, middle, and end. It has an emotional build, and it is
has an
fantastic.
exit, has a clear exit.
Love it. So good.
I mean, I think that I'm going to transcribe it just so I can see what it looks like on paper because it's like stuff like that is so epic. Is this the real Chantele or the one going to be on Survivor? Oh my god! So can you believe that? Like, there's actually going to be a Chantele from Toronto on the next Survivor. So it's not me.
Do you know what she looks like?
No, I only saw her name, and she spells it Chantel. I was like, what? Screw you guys! Like,
I wish it was you, and I wish you were lying to us.
I wish I was lying to.
Did you apply for the season?
Yeah.
Canadians can now.
Yeah.
Really?
I did.
Wow.
I did. So yes, I'm kind of sad.
Let me edit your future tapes.
All right. I'll do. You can edit a future tape of mine, sure. But yeah, I mean, I would rather be on Big Brother than the Survivor or Aged Meat, but but yeah, for sure, I think any of those experiences I want to have just because I've been watching them for so long that like I would like to see how I would experience it. Like I don't think that I'd be great at Survivor, but I think that I can do the strategy part of it, and I think that I might be able to weasel my way in there, you know. But who knows? So I would like to see if I could do well in the real game. But we'll have to wait till maybe next year or the year after that. But maybe their quota for Chantels from Toronto might be done. So
they're maxed out.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, we already got one. That's enough for us. Thank you.
Just move to Red Deer.
Pardon me? Move to Red Deer? Well, I'm just thinking even just like a Canadian named Chantele is like.
Yeah, but also they've had like 3 Michelles, sometimes in the same season. They've had like Johnny A, Johnny B. Like they can have another Chantele.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks. That makes me feel better. Okay, what's this? Sorry. So do you see MTV look at the Challenge All-Stars and try to figure out if they can get something for a future All-Stars season on MTV? What do you mean?
I think he means like on the main, like on TV, like on MTV.
Oh.
As opposed to Paramount.
I would love it to be on TV because I think that it's deserving to be on TV. I'm not sure why. I mean, like, unless they have something going on with Paramount Plus that they're trying to boost this channel, because also Drag Race All Stars is going to be on Paramount Plus. And so I'm like wondering what deals are going on that we don't know about. But I would love to see All Stars on regular MTV. It would be great. I think it would have a lot more watchers too, because it's challenging for anybody outside of the United States to watch this season. It's quite hard. Are Michelle and Dee not together anymore? I do not know that tea. I know they were dating, but this was in the summer, so I don't know. I don't know. So what else about this darn reunion?
Oh, remember when Big Easy was just generally being a dick.
Yeah.
And remember when like Derrick was just like, I'm gonna come for my crown, or like I lost my crown or whatever, and then Big Easy was like, yeah, like dude, like you've lost like the last like few seasons that you've been on or something like that. And I was like, you've never won.
But also though, I mean, I had to side with Easy a little bit. Like the last time Derrick won was the island.
Yeah, okay.
At least he made it to a final.
He's made it to, yeah.
Where's
I also just think that Derrick's whole moment, number one, made zero sense to me. Number two,
I didn't know what was happening there.
Was so
that was
extra.
a bad bit. That was a very
What
bad
was
bit.
the
It did
bit
not land.
about?
I
Like,
didn't
if
know
he
what it
was
was.
just trying to,
He's just trying to like make himself known in the reunion to be like, okay, like I want to come back for next season, and like maybe I'll be able to go back for like main season.
I'm just so disappointed because I have always been a Derrick stan, like back in the day when a lot of the guys were such douches. And I did like Derrick as someone who was an underdog, someone who was so good at eliminations that expect the unexpected from him. But he just seems lame to me now. And that's sad. But like,
It's a reflection of how he was.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off. It's a reflection of how his behavior was on the show, though. Like when he taped up his head or whatever, and he was like, "I don't want to go."
I mean, that was hilarious.
Was it hilarious though? Because it's like Derrick is a lot of things. A lot of words come to mind to describe Derrick. Comedian is not one of them for me.
Okay,
so like when he does these bits, I'm like, ugh, like this isn't your hit. Like, don't do this. It's not for you.
Yes, you're calling me out, and you're right. He isn't. No, he's not a comedian. You're right, not at all. But I think that paired with everybody else, like, you know, Nehemiah and his twitching eye, and, you know, everybody else giving their pitches as to why they didn't want to go in. Like, I thought that collectively became a funny bit. Go ahead, Michelle.
Okay, I have another question. Where was Syrus? And also, I appreciate the fact that Beth was there, but people who made it way further, like Ruthie and other people, weren't there, but they needed Beth because Beth looked like a queen and just is generally just ageless and perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Ruthie, I need you to see the clip that was the funniest thing.
Oh my God, that clip.
I feel like Ruthie had some issues, no?
Say it again?
I feel like Ruthie had some issues, no?
Oh.
Like I thought she was having some like personal issues.
I haven't heard.
During the filming, you mean?
Like after after filming.
Oh, after.
She's basically, so Ruthie's calling it, like, so they're dancing.
Is it Amber?
It's Amber M. And Ruthie's like, you should have backed that thing up in a hall brawl, back that ass up in a hall brawl. And so like, she's like, oh yeah, the hall brawl. And Ruthie's like, yeah, like you can back it up. You should back it. I'm like, oh my God, just trolling her for being so embarrassing in the hall brawl. I thought it was good.
I like that Amber's completely unaware of that being a troll.
Love that.
I love that for her. She's just like living her truth and she doesn't care what anyone thinks about what she's doing. It's great.
All right, and the other one that's so funny too is Jemmye being Jemmye. Hold on.
When were they all hanging out? Like, this is so random.
Mark's 50th birthday.
Mark's 50th birthday party. They rented out Michael Jackson's home, old home.
Sorry.
I'm serious.
Okay.
And there's like a pool, and there's so many stories, Tanya, you should look into it on all the T pages because everyone was there. I'm telling you, people from the cast, but also like the Nolan twins, like Davon, like there was a really big variety of people there. That was just an example, you know? And that's where like Ruthie was there. Even Kendall was there, Kellyanne, like all these people.
Of course Kendall was there.
And Derrick jumped in the pool. Like Mark lifted Derrick up and threw him in the pool. Bananas was there. Like it was a whole sort of like 50th reunion and also like rap party.
People are trying to get cast for the next season, I see.
Oh, yeah.
No kidding.
I would pay for footage of this entire event.
Oh, I mean, why? Like, where are the cameras?
Can we put that on Paramount Plus? I want access immediately to that party backstage.
I mean, I'm just obsessed with the fact that like they don't want to hang out with the "Are You the One" clout chasers, and like they want to hang with the cool kids. And that's the thing is, I really feel like the OGs are actually the cool kids, and like the people in the new season are like they think that they're cool, but they're actually not cool at all, in my opinion.
Only because it went well. I feel like if this landed poorly, then everyone would be like, yeah, flops, but now it's so good.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to like be like the people, the alumni of the past. Because I think everyone thought of it as a more secondary show, just because we weren't sure what it was going to be. But now everyone's like, no, we like this way more than everything that we've seen. So tables have turned.
Overwhelmingly so. Like I've been online and everyone's like, I stopped watching the main challenge like this many years ago, and now I love this. This is the only one I'm going to watch.
And now that the main season's going to think that it's like doing something well because they're going to have a lot of eyeballs, but they don't realize how dedicated their fans, like the fan group that they created, like how dedicated we actually are. And like you really, they should be wanting to nurture us. You know what I mean? Like we are going to be we show up regardless of whether or not the season's shitty. And so why are you not wanting to create content for the people that really will show up at all the time? Anyways, I feel it's disrespected as a fan a little bit by MTV here, but I'm happy that they gave us All Stars.
I'm happy too, but it's really interesting. Like I can't remember, wasn't it you, Chantele, that said in the, like you shared a tea page with us that was like, oh, now for like future seasons of All Stars, they're thinking about casting from other reality shows. And it's just like, but this was such a hit. Like everybody loved it so much. And like, this is what people have been craving for so long. And Michelle raised a good point. Like she was like, oh, like, but if you really had All Stars, like maybe in season 3, if you had like Poverty and like Rob and that sort of thing, which Janelle, which like, I would like it, but I just feel like this is just going back to like a format that we've like all wanted. Yeah. That like understand and like the relationships and the roots run so deep that I feel like they're like, wow, this is so successful. Let's try to turn it into main season.
Why? It's just so confusing to me. Like leave it at like you did a good job. The only thing that like I would say to tweak it would be make it a couple episodes longer so that we could have a little bit more drama like payoff with the two double elimination every week. Like I want to see how that plays out for a little bit longer, see that strategy go on. And, have it 2 extra episodes. That's it. Like, that's not really that much to tweak it. And maybe have less people in the actual final. But like, just by like one team. I don't know. Like, I don't know why they think that they need to completely change what I thought Mark did a very good job with how it went down. Maybe the other tweak would be for the final that there is a male and female winner, because we can talk about this too. I really do feel that even though that's the point system was helpful to allow it to be a possibility for a woman to get to the end and win, but with it being climbing the mountain, 99% chance that a man is going to beat an average man is going to beat an average woman in that climb. And so it just was going to be very, very close to impossible for Kellyanne or Jonna to catch up to them. Like, and point-wise, they're going to get double the points. There's no way they could win. So that would be my other point. I think, Fanta, you were going to say something, or was it Michelle? I can't remember.
I think maybe Michelle.
I mean, I can always say something. No, but I agree with you on that. Like, I think that the ending, I would have liked to see either a woman and man winner, or I would have liked to see some sort of puzzle or some sort of thing in that last chunk that wasn't just the running. I wish there was one more something, which maybe yes, still would have won, but it can be kind of an equalizer. Maybe that could have changed things. I don't know. But as a whole, yeah, that's the only real thing I would change.
Yeah, I definitely can see like there being an equalizer there at the end, especially if they're going to be giving double the points. Like we saw that the first 4 people that got through the finish line were men, and that should be really indicative that it wasn't a balanced end of the final. We have different weight classes, we have different sexes doing athletic sports because the bodies are made up differently. Even longer legs, like how it's distributed, center of gravity or whatever, like all this stuff it's just, these are facts that men are going to be able to do things that women are not going to be able to do as easily and vice versa. They're just going to be things that we're going to be better at. And climbing a mountain is going to be something that a man is most likely going to be better than the average woman at. So yeah, I wish that they took that into consideration. Why do you
end
think
it with a puzzle?
And a puzzle. Give us a puzzle.
That's how Cara beat Zach.
True.
Thank God.
And Cara's not even good at puzzles. But Kellyanne isn't great at puzzles,
No.
so she might
But
not.
Jemmye is. Jemmye was so close to winning this season. She performed, in my opinion, so consistently well. Like, she's had such a glow up as a human being this whole season, and even the way she was in the reunion, just like she's grateful, she's grown, she's just like I never would have expected her to have the season that she had. Never in a million years.
Me too. I really enjoyed Jonna. I mean, I was always rooting for her just because she had to endure just like the mess of Zach, like the fact that she even had any part of her like life experience to have to be dealing with someone that she's living with. Like, how can you ghost somebody that you're living with? Like, it's just so bizarre the way that he handles his relationships. And so I always felt really bad for her and what she's had to endure relationship wise on. And even with Jasmine, like her friendship with Jasmine, yes, they became friends, but like it was quite toxic. And like I just didn't feel like she had like the best environments for her to do really well on the show. And so it was really nice to see her come back and like just doing so well. She pretty much did the best that she could do. And it was basically the mountain that did her in. And that's kind of sucks that like she was first or second for most of it, but the one that counted was the last one where she wasn't able to compete physically next to the top 4 men. So I love Jonna though. I definitely teared up when she was kind of talking about how much she grew and how much she like was so blessed to be part of the experience. And that's what I want to see as well. Like, you know, that's something that the new season, they don't care about. They don't care about like how good it feels to like finish a final. Like there's more to it than just like getting some Instagram followers, you know? And so I like that people have a heart's attachment to the season and the series. It's what makes me like it so much better too. So much more. Okay, what's we have going on here? So with this 37 seasons of the challenge, they could build to season 40 like they did building to season 30. What do you mean? Like with like War of the Worlds like 3 and World of the Worlds 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then like Dirty 40? And maybe Dirty 40 will be like old school versus new school or something?
It can't be Dirty 40. That doesn't rhyme. Like
these pictures. Old meat followed by dirty 40.
Dirty 40. Like you could at least have said like I don't know.
I mean, Bananas used to be a pretty big jerk, but he's kind of funny sometimes. And like that's another thing too that I find with the old cast is that they're always just kind of doing like little pranks or little silly things. Like they're just trying to build content all the time. Like they don't take themselves as seriously, which I really enjoy.
This is the most on-brand Bananas joke gift to give. Like he's just such a parody of himself at this point. I'm like, of course Bananas gave Mark Depends for his 50th birthday. And I bet you he thought that was hilarious. I'm sure there's a post with a reel of several photos of him with the Depends. Like he's probably branded Depends and selling them on his website. Like this is ridiculous. The man doesn't stop.
I like it. No, I mean, it's just so he leans into like you said the parody of bananas, like with his bananas backpack that he sells. Like, I mean, like that's funny. Like funny enough. I like it enough.
I'm cool with him to never be on All Stars. Like,
I don't want him on All Stars.
Thank you. Bananas does not need to be on All Stars, but also
like, please don't.
I think that his ego is too big in like this way of like, I feel he's like, I'm too good. Like, I would never go on All Stars. Like, I'm too good to be on that show. That's like for people who are like washed up. I bet you that
during his cursed flop era, he was quick to go on Champs vs. Stars, even though he didn't do anything. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if he's desperate enough. No, he's trying to act like he doesn't want to do any of these right now, but like, give it time. He'll come crawling back.
It's his life.
He says that he does prefer the All-Star season over the main season. Like,
of course he does.
It's better.
He's like, people like this more. I gotta go there now.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's a businessman. I will give him credit for the fact that he has managed to actually leverage some kind of career for himself. Like, he's hosting things. Was on that like worst chefs show or whatever nonsense he's doing. He's doing stuff. So
Celebrity Sleepover.
Yeah, like I'm like, okay, whatever. You did it, Johnny. Congrats. Like, thank you.
Remember Dirty 32 Final Reckoning? Yeah, they had Invasions was in there. Final Reckoning.
Yeah, it was Dirty 30. Oh, I just watched all of these.
It's like Dirty 30
There were some weird names. And also, yeah, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say that this other Natalie's comment there. Apparently the next season is called Spies, Lies, and Allies.
Fine.
How is that different from this? I thought this was spy themed.
Yeah.
It was Double Agent.
Sorry, whatever the last season was. Not Final Reckoning. Sorry, I just rewatched that one. It's fresh in my mind.
Which one's Final Reckoning? Oh, wait, that's Ashley?
I'm pretty sure that's the last of the trilogy because I just remember when they still had themes going into it, it was like Bananas voiceover being like, this is it. This is the final reckoning. And it was just like the thing that led you into every episode. And I was like, y'all are reaching for this theme. These aren't even connected. Nice try.
Even, like, really a theme. Like, if somebody was like, describe the theme of Final Reckoning to me, I'd be like,
I don't remember the theme.
I don't know.
It sounded like a series finale out of context. It was so strange. Like
it was a trilogy of something. You're right. But
I think it was off of the Dirty 30. I'm pretty sure it's the last of that 3 trilogy, but I could be wrong. People are gonna write in the comments like she was wrong, but I don't know. I think that's what it is.
I think you're right, but it's like it's all still. I haven't done the rewatch on that because it's not as fun. Like I kind of even want to go back and rewatch like old Rivals again, even though I just watched them because there's something more fun about seeing the old seasons. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they've messed up. So is there anything else that happened on this reunion? So Jisela, her knee, she actually did a lot of damage to her knee. She has a $5,000 knee brace. And I did tear up when she was saying that she wasn't going to quit for Easy. Like Easy wasn't going to quit. She wasn't going to quit for him. And so she's like, they're kind of teasing her for like rolling over and like doing whatever she could to go slide over and help him. So I like that moment. But it also then made me, it's kind of like, she didn't want to ever go down into the arena. Like I knew that there's no way that she was trying to make it so that she didn't have to go in. And then all of a sudden when she had to go in and she happened to win, all of a sudden she gets to be like, well, you know, you didn't go down and prove yourself.
Yeah, like all these people that were coasting, she went into the last elimination before the end. The last one. And you went in because you were team captain and you lost, which is not the purpose of a daily to lose. The purpose is to win. So you didn't fulfill, as she's saying, like Kendall didn't fulfill the challenge. You didn't fulfill the challenge of winning. You lost the challenge. You didn't do it right. So you had to go into elimination. You would have voted yourself in if you hadn't gotten in. Like that's a joke. So for her that whole argument is bullshit. And Jemmye saying that, like, I play smarter. You don't want to kill your body in eliminations because then you get to the final and your body is wrecked. So it's actually better to avoid elimination. And like some people are better than others at it, but like the goal is not to go in. Like even when we had that gold skull thing, which I've heard that they're scrapping that, thank God. But like even with that, you want to go in once. And probably if you're smart towards the beginning, because you just don't want your body. Like if you go into a fucking hall brawl, your body's wrecked and then, okay, go climb up a mountain and stay up all night and shit. You know, it's
well, this is the problem though, is that I think that MTV and the producers want moments, right? So like, I can't remember, I was talking to Sandhurst, this other guy that we were talking about the table flipping moment from the Real Housewives of
New Jersey.
And so like that was like a moment when she flipped the table, you know, and like people were like, oh my God, what's this housewives stuff? Like they were just like, they were so enthralled and like couldn't believe what was going on. And it was live action and drama in reality TV. And so now, like that was kind of like the moment when I stopped watching really the Housewives, because now they're trying to recreate these moments by trying to create these dramas that are happening. But the reason why they were so epic is because it happened naturally. It happened organically. And I think that, you know, we used to love Hall Brawl when it was like, oh my God, like these two are going in and it's Hall Brawl. And we just goosebumps and we're like, this is an epic matchup. So they think that it's the Hall Brawl that brings the epic matchup, but no, it's the buildup of like the relationships between these two people, and then it just so happens that they have to go against each other to stay in the game. There's the drama. And so that's what I think that they were trying to get with like the gold and the red skull twist, is like they think that the elimination is the drama. No, it's the relationship between the people going against each other in the arena or the pit or the gauntlet or whatever that creates the drama that we care about. And so I don't know why they haven't figured this out yet. Like, we're the story writers. The story writers should really understand how a story and how we care about people and why we're engaged and why we're rooting for some people. Like any story writer should be able to see it really clearly as to like, it's not the gold skull and not having to go down in the arena that makes things dramatic and interesting. It's the relationships between the damn people. Rant over. But it's so annoying. It just seems very obvious to me. Like,
well, I mean, to be fair, at first I was really excited by this whole skull idea. Like before 35, I was like,
you have to go down.
You know what? You have to go in. Cool strategy, but then it just didn't pan out, and that's they didn't do it right.
They didn't do it right, and B, like there was no urgency for the skulls. We also know when writing scripts and reading scripts that like there has to be a want and there has to be urgency, and it has to be something that it's very difficult to get to have drama, right? Like it's really dramatic if like 5 people are trying to get one spot and like, you know, like they're all really need to get it. Like there's the drama, but like if everybody can get it, like who cares? Like I'll get it next week. Okay, you know.
I guess it depends on what you want your legacy to be on the show, though. It's like, on the one hand, if I was on the challenge, I would do everything I could to not be in an elimination.
Of course.
Because I know that's not my skill set. I would lose in like 90% of those, but I feel like I could do other things. So it's like, strategically to win, that's what I would do. But like, do I want to solidify my legacy on the show in a way where I like have epic moments, have courage, have all these things? And it's like you kind of have to go into an elimination for that, because whose favorite players or like best players of all time haven't beasted some elimination or overcome the odds, or like something has happened? So it's like, it's smart to not go in, because then you can go to the final, but then you might not be an epic person. And if you're cool with that, then live your truth and win your money and leave. Like, will Amber be an epic person over time? No. Prob not, but she won. So like, it wasn't a bad strategy at the end of the day, but she's not an epic person. It's too soon to tell, but like,
and I will say that, you know, Big Easy having that elimination, that was shocking for me. That was like very shocking moment. And it really made me feel for him. And suddenly I went from like hating him to feeling medium. Okay, I get why he's trying to redeem himself, to like, oh my God, I want him to complete this. I feel for him. I didn't want him to get eliminated first in the final. Like, I was happy it was Derrick because I knew that Derrick could bounce back. Like, I wanted Easy to finish because I rooted for him because of that elimination. So in that way, it was for me, but he didn't try to go in. He was forced. It's nice when someone's forced into something and then they perform well. Like, that's what's exciting to watch, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing. I just found like the whole thing with the skulls, it did start to get like tiresome when people were like, okay, I want to go in, because they're really like preparing themselves to do it. And it's so much better to have someone be like, and then like go down and do it. That is.
Well, and also though, just kind of with siding with all of you guys is that like, say you are the person that like, you know, your strategy is to avoid going into elimination, but then like you get blindsided and you have to go into elimination and then you go down and then against all odds you win and you get that gold skull. Like, there is drama there. Absolutely. Yeah. But it's they're not realizing that it's not the skulls, it's the character, it's the people that we care about of whether or not they get the skulls or not, and the circumstances around how they go in and get the skull. And so I think that they're creating less drama by having these skull twists, because without scarcity, there needs to be scarcity, and there needs to be like, if you don't get it by week 6, like there's a purge. You're done. You know what I mean? Like, and then be like, oh my God, we have to. Like, they need to have to be strategizing on how to get it, that if they want to make the skull twist work, knowing that they have 3 months to maybe get it. And even if when they get it, they're still going to have to, like, you know, there's still going to be another purge and challenge and stuff like that. So it doesn't really matter getting the skull. They're just forcing people to go down there. It doesn't land because there's no stakes, 0 stakes.
I think the person who does the worst in the daily should always go into the elimination, just because I feel like that adds that level where it's like, that's how Kendall ended up going in, or like things where you're like, this person actually is performing super well, but like the one thing that can't save you is if you flop the daily. I just love that. I always want that to be an element, because somebody random might end up going in, and that's what makes it exciting.
I love the duel thing where the person loses, has to go in, but they get to pick anyone they want except for the winner.
Yeah, I like that too.
Favorite, because it's so dramatic. You don't want to be last, but you want to make sure you're socially good with people, because you don't seem too weak, because you don't want someone to pick you, but you don't want to seem too strong that people like. It's such a. Yeah, I love that.
That's my favorite format. That's my favorite format, hands down.
Yeah.
I would love for them to bring that back in some capacity again. It's the best.
Why don't they? It's the formula is really good. I love them gaining money on the dailies and having prizes. Like, why can't they, if they're going to give away $1 million, why can't they give away like, you know, $5,000-$10,000 per challenge? You know what I mean?
Or like a gift card for Burger King.
There you go. Like, something. I
maybe they're trying to protect certain people sticking around longer. I don't really know. Like, maybe in a low key way, like trying to keep some of the big names around. Like, I honestly don't know why they wouldn't do that, because that unpredictability is so much better than any other scenario that could happen. And you should be always on your toes. Like, even some of the best have gone out early. It happens. You have to just like take that risk. Like,
it does seem though as though they changed, like they flip things around when the big guns go out early. Like we're speculating that they did this for double agents when it was they thought it was going to be a CT versus Wes, and then they did it again for CT. So then they allowed him to be able to go against Josh and like have a puzzle. Like it was in his skill set. So it does seem like they want to keep their big heavy hitters in the season for longer. But they're not going to do badly, most likely, in the daily. And it's really dramatic when they do and they have to go in and still prove themselves. Like, it's, I don't know. I'm not sure what's happening with
it. Also empowers the underdog in some way. Like, if you have that person who's just fearless and doesn't care and will call out someone who is a big name, that's always the best. Or sometimes it doesn't work out well because they call someone out and then lose. But like a Jordan situation where you're like, yes, just do it. Like, just do it. You want to see it.
That's so iconic. Like,
yes,
everybody,
it's so good.
Flipped all the things and
We don't even remember that he lost. We don't even remember that he lost.
Yes,
we remember that he flipped.
I was about to say that. People remember that more than they remember him losing.
Exactly.
Like, wouldn't it be like pretty interesting to see how Fussy goes down and has to call out his opponent? Like, he talks big game, right? Like, would he call out the bananas or CT? Like, CT, I take you.
He's gonna call out like
Jay. He's gonna call out like somebody
the tiniest rookie
that's small, that like Joseph, like someone that
him allegedly DQing is another way for him to not face the music of the situation, because he spent all this time after the last season talking about how, take me in a hall brawl, put me in an elimination, I'll go in, you want to see me. Him DQing is a way for him to not face any of that reality, and we'll never know until we see in context how that potentially might play out. But like, he'll never put his money where his mouth is, ever.
And that's the thing, you're totally right, Tanya, because that's the thing where it's like, we're just gonna, after this season's wrapped up, we're just gonna hear another round of excuses until the next season, and then something else is gonna happen, and then we're just keep
it's
hearing.
Like, oh no, I got in this fight. I never had the chance. No one ever gives me the chance. Oh, all these things are always in my way. Things are in everybody's way in the challenge. That is what happens. Like, why does he pretend? Sorry, now we're on a Fessy. Why does he always have to pretend like problems are so much harder when they happen to him? He has so many advantages that other people don't have. Why are you acting like, oh, it's so hard, I had to partner with Anissa? She's the reason you won the first 2 challenges. I just can't. I can't with him. Anyways.
But lol to whatever will make him potentially get into a physical altercation with Josh, and like what that interaction will even look like, I'm sure will entertain us very thoroughly. So I really hope it does happen. Like I said, it sounds like a dream. It sounds like somebody wrote it up. Like I would love to like send them both home. It would be so great. I would love it.
I mean, this is what we're so excited about, which is hilarious about the season. It's to see how Fessy potentially gets DQ'd from the season. Like,
it's gonna make me tune in.
It will, and make us draft them. I wonder if any of the reality stars you do a podcast for actually watch your channel whenever they are on their downtime. Not this one. I don't think.
Probably not.
Probably not, but maybe soon. Maybe eventually. Like,
if
maybe
they do,
now,
I don't know if they're getting an hour and 30 minutes in to the video.
Maybe they would be. Maybe. We're almost done here.
I kind of like don't want, like, in a way, like there's certain people that I would want to watch, but then there's a lot of people that I'm like, oh my God, you're going to hate me forever. If you watch this.
I wouldn't mind if Kellyanne watched this. It's 6:04.
Oh, wow. I mean, Kellyanne, okay, everybody looks pretty gorgeous at the reunion. Let's go back to the topic. Yeah, she looked gorgeous. I was kind of like, I understood that she was standing up for her friend, but I was like, I don't know. I think that she could have like just talked about something else. I would have rather her like talk about her story or whatever, as opposed to just like her entire arc on the reunion was just defending Kellyanne or Kendall. So I wish that something else was going on, or Kendall was there so she can take all that heat and like Kellyanne can have her own moment. Like, I want to hear how she was feeling through the reunion, like when she was in last place at the first pits, like at the puzzle, and like what she was feeling. I want to hear more about that, as opposed to her just yelling at Jemmye and Jisela about Kendall, who wasn't even there.
Well, Kellyanne overall tried to talk. Like, there's so many times where she was just
almost 280,000 people who received AstraZeneca. I want to reassure you that you.
Sorry, everyone.
Someone just got vaccinated, apparently. So
yeah,
really good.
I'm just open bet. She felt like she was interrupted so many times. Like, nobody let her talk the entire reunion, which was really frustrating.
Yeah, people were definitely bigger personalities.
She wasn't even disagreeing with Jisela, and she wouldn't even like get a chance to say that. Like, she was just getting cut off even at that point. She was like, I don't disagree. This is just my perspective. And it was like pulling teeth to even get that across, which I felt
just like, Kellyanne, put that wall down. Put it down.
Jisela. I do remember Kellyanne when she was in a relationship with both Wes and Kahada during her career. Like these are epic moments.
Like
classic
relationships. What do you mean?
Her with Wes. Oh my God. Power couple.
Chaos.
Oh my God, with like Evelyn, like letting her win. Oh my God, that was a messy one. And what Johanna was in that one too, but she was like on the other side. Woo. It's just messy. It was just so good and wholesome goodness back then. Even with people being a little more shitty and misogynistic and like, the people were just still better. Okay, one thing we haven't talked about yet though is how Darrel calls Anissa Nini. Who knew? But did you see when Latterian was going to be going into the arena, and there's a moment where they kissed before he went into doing the whole rope thing, and I was like, sending her honey up to war type moment. I thought it was really it was sweet. So I'm curious if anything's going to happen moving forward with them.
Yeah, I didn't dislike that combination. I thought it was a cute combo, but I agree with what they all said, which was like, it's not going to be anything outside of the show. Their lives will not intertwine in that way. I think Anissa's still really deep within like what's going on currently, and I don't know. I don't see them together, but I like them as like a showmance for sure.
I definitely like them as a showmance, big time. Also, there was a picture somewhere of Jisela and Alton. I do ship that relationship for sure.
They're fully together now, I think.
Yes. Well, they were saying on the reunion that they're like across the country, but it seems as though they might have met up. I wonder if it was at the birthday party. Hold on, Jisela. Let's find the picture.
Event of the year.
I mean, don't you just want to go to that event? Like, I want to be.
I wish I was. Of course, I literally like. I would love to be there. I would do anything to be at that event. That's incredible.
Imagine like we're paid as a catering for that event.
Yes.
Kellyanne, did you order these fries?
That's a step up from being a clout chaser, though.
That's true.
I'm not chasing clout. I just want to watch. I just want to observe.
I mean, and like take like secret like videos just to show you guys,
But you know what though? That Anissa, like the Latterian thing, I just have to say, I just think it's like, I don't think Jisela's wrong about Anissa. Like she's very of the moment of who she's friends with. And I think her strength is that she can build relationships with people very, very well. And I like what Anissa brings to the show. And I always appreciate her being there because I feel like she's a pretty empathetic person and like tries to connect with everybody and has like good relationships with most people. But like, she just does what she needs to do to get as far as she can. And I don't know that she was really looking at that situation with Latterian as anything more than like a fun showman situation, right? Like that was the vibe that I got from it.
Sure.
I don't know. I didn't miss her at the reunion either, to be honest. No.
Yeah. I was fine without her being there. I think one reunion with Anissa for the year is enough.
Yeah, like I don't think the value of the entire thing was lost, even though she was being discussed a lot. I guess like for her to be able to speak for herself would be good. And not to have like Darrel for some reason be like the voice of Anissa at this reunion.
You mean
Nini, yes.
Nini. Sorry, Nini. Yeah, of course. How could I forget? Of course, the voice of Nini at this reunion. But yeah, I don't know. I wasn't like wishing she was there or anything like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't really miss her. I guess we're just going to get either Jisela or Anissa, and they chose to have Jisela on the reunion. What about the Teck and Jemmye relationship? Unseen footage? Where's that?
I'm into that. I love Teck. I find him so appealing. Like, I don't know what it is. He just has a fun personality. He's funny. So like funny and I don't know, tall. I like that combination better than Nehemiah personally.
Definitely.
I like that she admitted that was just like her second choice. That was so funny. Honestly, if Teck stayed, I would have explored that more, but he didn't. So that's not what happened. I was like, if anything but honest about herself, like whatever you want to say about Jemmye, she's got awareness of who she is to a certain degree.
Do you know what it is, Michelle? It's because Teck's birthday is the day after mine. He's an Aquarius. He's January 26th. So fire and air work pretty well together. So that's probably why you're vibing with him. I think Nehemiah might be a Scorpio, though. I think. Can't remember actually.
Oh, I'm vibing with him. Okay, sorry.
Yes. And also Jemmye. Well, Jemmye as well. Jemmye's a Leo, so Leo and air like work really well together usually. So just saying, if you know your astrology or witchy stuff, like that's going to be helpful for them really vibing. So last couple things on C moment was when Alton. I really wish we saw when Alton suck the venom out of Beth's toe.
Venom?
Or whatever.
It was a fucking snake bite. It was literally a bee sting.
Well, anyways, apparently, like, what's her name? Kellyanne says that if you suck whatever, like, out, like, it will prevent it from something. I don't know, but definitely wish that we saw footage of like him coming over and sucking her toe. That'd be hilarious. Hi, Blaine.
Shout out to Neil's physical comedy in that section of the reunion. I honestly thought that he was really funny and actually like not in an awkward way.
Like he was very funny.
I was surprised by that.
Up. Yeah, me too. When he stood up and he was like reenacting like the Alton man, like it was. Yeah, I was like thumbs up here for sure. And I also think that the whole ice challenge that they brought up and they talked about it for quite a bit of time. I think that whole bit was just so that they could talk about it on like the reunion show, because like there was no real purpose for them to try to melt the ice because they were never ever going to get through that day with the tools that they had. So I think it was all just for the clips and like being able to talk about Kellyanne using the bony part of her butt, twerking on the ice. Like they just wanted it for all that content, which is fine. It's hilarious, but like don't try to pretend here that like they're gonna honestly get through that ice.
Them peeing and shit and spitting, like it was disgusting to watch.
It was so fun.
I love that challenge. It's so ridiculous.
Like that's more gross to me than an eating challenge.
It's nasty.
It was pretty gross, but like it doesn't bother me that much for whatever.
But peeing is a great strategy, TBH. Like that's the only warm liquid you're going to be able to get on that. So like I get it, but I'm not spitting anything near that. Or like rubbing it. I don't know.
The last thing that I noticed was when Yes was kind of talking about like him winning and like what he wanted to do with the money, which was like really quite respectable. And like, he wants to be paying rent to the people, like the land that they've been borrowing. I thought it was a pretty nice moment. And for me, it made me be like, yes, I really like a great person. Not that anybody else's reasons for wanting that, but like to win isn't valued, but I really felt great about him winning. And I felt like Jisela was giving him kind of cut eye. Like, I don't think she's into Yes at all because she's just kind of like
the whole time she didn't feel like good about him winning, and she said she called him a coaster.
She was a coaster until she went in, and her best friend.
She was salty at that reunion.
She's salty, and then Yes was so like guru and comes in and he's like, okay, well, you can't actually tell anyone that they're a coaster unless they say that they are a coaster because you don't know what their game strategy is. So to say that someone's a coaster is like, you can't really say that. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I think it just pisses her off that he doesn't get heated. Like he's very stoic.
Yes.
And he's intentional with his words.
Yeah.
And she just kind of speaks her mind. And I think she has some funny, hilarious clips. And he's not the funniest dude, but they just don't vibe. And she's probably bitter too, a bit.
Okay, Sophie, you and Fanta can't be friends because Fanta loves the eating challenges.
They're so funny. They're so funny to watch.
Remember Jemmye and Leroy had a flirting thing when they were on the challenge together? It was like her first or second season.
Yeah, that was
is that the same season?
X's one, right?
Wait, and Leroy, isn't that the same?
I think you're right.
With Teresa, and then Teresa voted him in.
Yeah, like, there was so much drama. Or no, that was Rivals, right? Yeah,
no, I feel like
That was Rivals 1. Yes, that was Rivals 1 because Knight and Preston were together, and Knight like had so much, like he was really jealous that Jemmye and Leroy were flirting, and they had so much drama. And then Leroy was like, "Ooh, like I'm off to Teresa." And then Jemmye was like, "I don't blame him. Like, there's too much drama."
Wait, is that when the Camillinator came out, where she like throws the chair and is like, "You're gonna die." I guess lastly here, yes, I also felt bad for Jonna for still having like actually bruises on her body from the rope burns from that challenge. So that's pretty intense.
Yeah.
That was
and how Kellyanne was like, just sit in the sun. I was like, wait.
Well, she said she was saying put sunscreen on that part for sure, and then like it'll even out. Like she just starting to protect it so it doesn't get darker.
That was like scarring though. Like I was like that.
Yeah, she's like, it'll go away in a year, but it's like Kellyanne is the reason that this happened because she's the one who let the rope go.
No, it was Darrel, wasn't it?
I thought it was Kellyanne. Kellyanne made it to the end quickly, and then
they did the rope.
Wait, what? Do I remember this? I hated that Jemmye and Nicole were together. Jemmye and Nicole?
Ugh, I hate that.
Maybe they were partnered for a rival season.
They were together? That is that combo of personalities. I don't even remember.
I don't remember that. It was the same season.
Wild though.
Night ketchup thing. With the night ketchup thing is the Camillinator and the Leroy stuff. But Jemmye and Nicole, I don't remember that. That must have been in the early 30s seasons because I haven't rewatched those yet.
Nicole hadn't been on Real World yet.
True. Well, guys, I think this is it. We're like putting down the challenge for like a few months now, at least 2 months, I think, which will be sad. Maybe every once in a while, maybe we can do a little recap with those boys if they decide to watch that season. We can just talk about that season for a little bit, the whole thing. But yeah, I love you guys. Obviously, this has been super fun, especially All Stars. It's been the best. I obviously love you guys in the chat room. Sophie, Natalie, Jorge, Blaine. Anybody
congrats,
else? Natalie. Yes, congrats, Natalie. So, Natalie, if you can do me a favor and if you can send me a message to Realness with 3 S's at gmail.com as to the best email to send you your Amazon gift card to. If you are in Canada, which I don't think you are, if you would prefer to have an email transfer, I can do that for you as well. Otherwise, we're in Canada, so I can't like Venmo you or anything like that. So gift card to Amazon is what I've got for you. Thank you also, Sam, Norma, Deboo. I think that's everybody. Do you guys have any final thoughts? I'm so sad. Hi, Disney. Hi.
Happy Pride Month, everyone.
Happy Pride Month. If you haven't done so, you might as well still continue to do this. Subscribe. I love you guys. Happy Jude, who's saying something before we say sayonara. Hold on. Okay, what? I meant see you, Chantele, for Big. Okay, man, I would love to be on Big Brother. So let's put that into the universe. Let's do it. Love you guys. Ciao.
Bye.